I hope all of you are good and doing great. So in this video, I'm going to discuss my recent project of sentiment analysis. In this, a user can upload, or I can say upload a Excel file. It contains the reviews, either positive or negative, and then it will give you two outputs. One output contains a feedback, either that for each feedback it is a review, basically it's a comment review from the for your company or anything it could be, and you have to get a task to find it out that either these sentiments are positive or negative. So this is one, and the other one is basically the graph or pie chart you can draw to get that how much percentage of sentiment is positive or negative. So that would be a great idea for your to whenever you will be in a means you, if somebody will say, present you asking that we have the comment review in your company or in your it's very much required in the retail one. So this kind of a work is good to get it, and project is also good. So this is the one I have already done, and I'll show in this video that step by steps how you can get that. And I've already written a code, so I'll not write the code, but I'll also do a step by step so that you understand that how it happened. So earlier I have done for this text and YouTube summarization. So the part what I have done it in these videos, it's if it's common I'll skip it. So without wasting much time, let you know that what model I am going to use. For this one, I'll go to text classification, and then I'll go for free license model, go for Apache one, and I'm going to use again Distilbert, but this time is different model, Distilbert based uncased fine tune SST to English model. So this is the model I'm going to use. So let's see. So as I have done that in the earlier as well, means if you'll go here in this model and then use this part, you will get this part that okay, I have to download. For this one is for the pre-trained for complex issues we can do that where you need a tokenizer and all, but I'm going to use this one. So this one is basically it will download. So this much of code only I'll execute first. As I already told that I have already done this project creation, environment creation, and then after environment creation and install my requirements. So I know what all things are required for me, and I have already created all these things, and I have also created some prompts. I have also explained some prompts how I have get this files, means created my code uh, for the project. So these are basically one for where I need an Excel file. This is one where basically it will take a review file and it will give me that sentiment for each line, and this one is for the bar chart or the or basically a pie chart. So this is basically three prompts I needed. Even if I'll do that in front of you, all these prompts, it will that every time that chat GPT will give me a different output, and you need some your thoughts and you have to create it as per your modify as per your code. So this is what I have done. A readme file will be committed. I'll commit this one in the GitHub repository here. It's in the it's in my repositories. So sentiment analysis analyzer Gradio Huggingface. So this is one, and let me start step by steps. So first thing that I have to download this in my local. I not sure if might be I have already downloaded this one. Uh, Let me do that. Save this file and run. Let me close this and open a new one, new bash would be fine. And yeah, and then I'll just minimize this one. Let me open this one and then make it a little bit big. So I hope it is visible for you. And then Python app.py. So, sorry, it is taking Python app.py. So it is downloading the model. So my model has been downloaded. So to copy this model, I'll copy this, because rest of the code I'll not execute from my local, from the model which is downloaded here in my local. I'll copy this model in my project folder. Why I'm doing this? Because I know that what model it is using and how it is using. I'll not commit this code in my repository, so that's why. And in every case, basically in either in window or in Apple, you'll be able to get this in the cache huggingface hub file folder. This would be the structure even if it is in the Windows or it's in the your means you have to go to your home directory, and then it is basically, for me, is my home directory is my name and then users and name. In your, it basically with whatever name you have in your local, so this will be there. So I have already moved this file earlier, this model, into this, created a folder and in here. So now that I have to need this path, relative path, and basically I'll comment this code. I don't need Gradio now. And one second, let me, whatever I have copied here, let me paste this path. So it is there, from model to till here I have pasted my path. So now this code will be work from my, in my local. It will work as, I'll print it here first, that I'll pass the one, I have passed one comment, two comments, this is good, this is expensive. So one is positive, one is negative. The rest of the code let me delete, so that I'll step by step. So as you can see, I have only changed that, instead of using the path where my model has been downloaded, I have moved that model to my local folder, and I am just trying to check that whether it is working or not. So let me do it again, python.py. I hope I'll get the output. Yes, I'm getting an output as one positive and one negative. And what is the score basically? What is the percentage of correctness it is? So that's what is coming as 99%, and this one is also 99%. Now the next thing is, I'll I have I'll create one function, and I'll do the same thing with my function. So Gradio code I'm still not executing, just comment it out. So this is the code. I have the next one. Basically, instead of this, I'm using a function, and I'm sending this to text to review, and it will take, and it will work. Let's see whether it works or not. So this time basically I'll send this one at a time. Let's see whether this will work. I am not sure this will work or not. Yeah, so it is positive, it is taking only first one, and if I'll pass the negative one, it would be look like this. Negative. So one is positive, one is negative. Fine. So far my code is working, and now let me explain and enable my Gradio code. So in this Gradio code, I am calling function as sentiment analysis, and one box for the text box for users to write review, and one is output whether my sentiments are whether the sentiments are positive or negative. So fine, I let me save this, and I have enabled everything. My requirement, as per requirements, I have installed transformer, torch, gradio, pandas, matplotlib or openxl. So far I'm only using these three. The rest, pandas, matplotlib or openxl, I'm not using openpyxml excel. So let me start again with this one. So this is fine. Okay, let me copy it from there. This product is good. Positive sentiments and negative sentiment. So this is working, this is also working fine, but our aim is not that only to pass the text. Our aim is to pass the text file, as I have explained here. So our aim should be look like this. So for that case, one more thing, I am taking as a basically the output is coming as if you remember, the output is coming as percentage as I am discarding this percentage by taking that only label of the output. So this is how I am just taking an output as positive or negative, and that what we will also do it in the file. So let me also introduce the file thing. So first we will do a file, and then we will merge the code for this one, that pie chart. I'll do one by one. uh, so I don't need this one, no need, and then above I don't need this, don't need this. Okay, now I'll pass my file object. This code, to get this code, to write this code, I took a help from as I explained earlier, from ChatGPT, and this is the uh, code I have written. First is basically I have created a file for readme for a file which basically I have to pass it to my code. So this will give me an Excel file or a CSV file, or I can just put that in in Excel and then can save. So this is the one. and then write a Python code that reads the Excel file on the Excel path provided as input for the function. The file has has reviews. It should be should it should be it should uh, it should call a function get sentiment and return me the data frame that contains both review as well as corresponding sentiments. Also check if review column is in the data frame or not. Raise an error if doesn't exist. Add Gradio frontend and for the user to upload files. So this some of the things you can modify as per your requirement and do that. So let me, I have already done here. So now the function name would be different. I'll call this function name instead of sentiment analysis, and instead of this I'll call this one file. Basically first one is basically a file, Gradio file, and inside this I'll have file underscore types types equals to, let me put this as XLS and then comma label as upload your review comment file. It's fine, this is fine, and there is no need of lines here. And in this output I need a data frame. Label is review text. That's it, no need of this label again, lines again. So rest I think should be fine. I am confident that should be fine, and this is should be fine. So okay, PD, and I think I have to import pandas as well. Pandas, right? Where is PD? PD dot read Excel. I also need a file for read Excel. What? Okay, I need to import pandas. Import pandas as PD. So any other error? I think we'll have to see that whether once we'll upload the file. Let me cancel this one and start again. So once that will be there, and then my link is here. Let me go here, close this one, let me start this one. I hope my things will be clear. So I'll upload my file product.review, this one. As you can see, my review and comment sentiments are coming perfectly fine. So let me also go through code by code. So what it is doing, it is taking as a file and I'm passing it as a file object. Why? Because I cannot pass the text here. If I have to pass the text, and then there would be another work required, that I have to change it to the one by one or do that like that. So it's again no use of having an Excel file if I'll upload a text by text. So that's why I'm just passing a file. And pandas is basically, it is used creating in a data frame. putting everything in the data frame, and I'm using that this data frame and apply this data frame review column I am applying for the sentiment analysis. So when I am going for the sentiment analysis, it's taking all the objects and checking all the objects, all the rows, and giving me an output as a data frame. So this data frame I am returning to my code, and in the data frame, so since I am using a data frame, that's why I have changes to the data frame and doing this changes. So this is done for me uploading a file. The only remaining task here is I have to convert this in the again to some bar chart or a plot. So let me copy that code. Just on top of it, going to copy this one. I'm calling this function here just for return. I have all my comments. Now I just need to take help from this function to get the chart, whether it's a positive or negative kind of a thing. And then once this is written, I have to do a changes and add a plot chart here in as a output. So for that I have done a changes here. So what is happening, I'm using a gr.plot. So this is the output second parameter. First is basically output parameter is data frame, second is chart object. So this is coming here in the chart object plot sentiment by this one. I am getting a total count, and then for the total count I am getting this basically size is figure size by size, and then distribution I am printing it how much is positive and how much is negative. So for this one we are using a matplotlib library, and let me type pyplot as plt. So this is done and perfectly fine. I believe it's all fine. Good, good. Done. Now let me close this one and clear this one. Let me call this again. So the last thing is, after this I'll also deploy this code to my Hugging Face. Go for a file. Now I'm getting my sentiment analysis as positive, negative, everything. Oops, what I've done. Okay. So this is my final output of local as positive, negative, and how much is positive, how much is negative. This is the heading. So far this is fine. Now I have to, if I have to deploy this in the Hugging Face, I'll create a new space. I say that sentiment analyzer license. I can use MIT Gradio. Just create an space. Go to files. Create, either you can upload your files, it would be fine, or you can create a files as well. So first file is basically requirements dot txt. In this I'll go and put my all things over here. This is basically for again when if you'll do the deployment, or if when you start the application and you don't have this open by Excel file, it will give an exception. So it was asking for me to install this one, so that's why I have installed. Okay, and then paste all the required libraries dependencies here. The second file would be my app.py. File name is app.py. In this I copy paste my code as is, but I have to do some changes because I this code doesn't know that I have a model here in my local or in my where it is. Basically this doesn't know. So for Hugging Face, this is the place where it can get the code directly. And any other changes, no need. I can remove this, and I'm using a concurrent users as 16 because of concurrency purpose. Let me also do that Gradio themes gallery. So putting up final touch for my application. Let's see if I can find it out easily. What I can do, let's start first and then let commit. As soon as I'll commit the code, it will start building up. So let's wait for the deployment first, and then if everything works fine, then it's up to us whether we can do a changes or not. At the same time, let me see if I can find that themes here as well. Theme, see the theming guide. Okay, so if I'll use soft, it would look like this. If I'll use base, default, glass, monochrome, soft. So soft we would be look like this. So let us change this to soft. And to changing it, I think I have changed in my previous projects as well. Let me see if I have changed it for YouTube summarizer. Yes, I have used a glass one. So for the glass one, only changes I have done here. So there I put the concurrency at 8. Here I have used. So I'm using this time. I'm using a soft one. So let's start the application. Then I'll do the changes. Or I'll do the changes at offline after completing this. Or what I can do, I'll do the changes in my local code and run that again. Okay. So in my code, I'll put this one. I think I have copied, right? Copy. Paste, comma this. Let me start the application in local. At the same time, this one also will start. Okay. So my local is started. So you have to okay, this one, let's see, it's coming as soft now. Same thing I'll apply there. It's coming fine. There are other themes as well, but I think you need to get this from Hugging Face theme gallery. I have not seen that how it can be applied. Let's see if I can do that. So this is really looks amazing. I really need to learn a lot for this right now. Create theme drop down directive like this. So it's completely complicated for me right now, but might be in future I'll be able to do that. So looks very easy, or I can say looks very promising, and look like that I have to do this way. So you have to use a builder, Gradio builder, for creating a different type of shapes and all. Means you will, once you'll means you will put all these things in place as per your need, and then you have to use a builder for completing this one. So yes, let's see if my application is working. I'll upload this file. For purposefully, I'll also upload this file in my this Excel file and repository as well. So this will be the repository where I'll commit all my code. So let me do it now. Just close this and let's see git status. I have these files to commit, all these files. I have already done a git ignore for sentiment analyzer, my environment and my model. I'm not committing these files. I'm only committing what files is required for creating this. And also later I'll also commit my Excel file in this one. Okay, and then git add git commit -m final files added, files for sentiment analyzer is added. Okay, and then git push -m -u origin and then main. Not sure whether you can see or not. If not, these are the commands I have entered. So everything is done. Let's see if I can see my files over here. So yes, my files are here, and readme file is also mentioned. So one way is you can clone it. Let me add one more line over in my this readme file. I'll say that git clone the repository. Okay, and command is git clone, and my repository is this is the repository, and then save it, git add, git commit, git push. Now you can see step by step you can do that steps. I hope you are able to get what I have done, and if there are any questions you can reach out to me. And thanks for watching. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. So please share it, subscribe it and like it.